Very good morning to you, my fellow friends. It is a wonderful morning here where I am, and first thing you might ask yourself, why is he wearing a sleep mask? Now this is not just an ordinary sleep mask, it is an ice mask, as I call it. And what I've done to it is I put water on it and then I put it in the freezer overnight, and now I'm wearing it. And what it does is essentially it reduces the swelling in my face around my eyes, and it also gives me, if I do it for longer, sort of an energy kick. You might know it from people doing ice baths or cold showers in the morning, and maybe what I've done for quite some time, you have tried it yourself, to make a little bowl with water and put ice cubes in it and then dip your face, your hands and all that in, and that gives you energy, that reduces the swelling. And if you do that for longer, you will not need coffee in the morning. At least I won't. Now, it might look a bit weird and your face might get a bit wet, but all in all, it's a wonderful way to reduce the swelling around the eyes after you just woke up. So do this for about 2 to 5 minutes in the morning, and then you're all set to go for the day. And what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do a morning stretching routine, a follow along, so you can do it yourself at home. I'm gonna explain all the exercises. It's gonna be about 9 to 10 exercises, and we're gonna get all loosened up and stretchy. So follow along. Alright, here we are in the garden, ready to stretch. Now, we're gonna do 9 sort of full body stretches and then 1 shoulder mobility exercise that I'm gonna show you. And we're gonna start with a very classic, easy shoulder chest stretch. What you wanna do is straighten your arms out in front of your body. You can either be on your toes or on your shins and the back of your foot, and then go all the way down as much as you can. Straighten your fingers and go deep into the stretch. Have a few breaths here. What's important with stretching is to hold the stretch that you're doing for about 12 seconds in order to get the maximum stretch in the muscles. And after the classic pose here, we're going to do the side variation, which will stretch the side of our back, so the latissimus. And then of course the other side. Up next is the downward dog, and here we just start from a plank or push-up position and we go back up. What you want to do is try that your heels touch the ground, so like this. Stretch your hamstrings, and if that's not possible, then just walk the dog, so by bending your knees, walking sort of in place. And then we're going into a core stretch. We're just doing something like a Hindu push-up. Deep breaths. And when you're breathing out, try to go deeper into the stretch. In this position you can play a bit, move your body a bit, stretch different angles of your core. Very good. Up next, we're gonna go into the crab position. So just sitting down, having the feet and legs like this, shoulders behind your body, behind your back, and then you wanna lift your bum and start going upwards in order to give the shoulder a very deep stretch here, and the chest as well. And you can do this movement to really open up those muscles around your upper body. Now to enter sort of a flow state here, we want to put our legs behind or under our butt and then lean forward. And here we get another very nice stretch in the upper body and the shoulder, and especially here in the quads. So the position is here now, quads very stretched, then knee on the floor, then the shin and the calf goes up, and we're sitting on our toes, and your butt can touch the back of your foot. Now from here we want to go back into a classic stretch for the hamstrings. Want to grab your toes. If that's not possible, just grab your knees and sort of work your way forward in order to stretch and slowly get to the position where you can touch your toes. If you're already stretched enough to touch your toes, you can try and put your fingers like this and try going beyond your toes, up, and then come back again. Very good. Now the next thing is going to be for the lower body, and it's going to be a glute stretch. So what we want to do is we want to lay out one leg, then put the other leg over this leg, and then hug our knee, hug our leg, and we want to feel the stretch here in the glute. And you're gonna try to slowly go down onto the ground, and the more you hug your leg, the more intense the stretch gets. You can also do it to when you want to have it more compact, just put your other leg to the glute that you're stretching. Now it's like this, and this, what it does, it gives you a little bit of a hip stretch in the opposite hip of the glute that you're stretching. And of course again, both sides. You can vary with the intensity by leaving your leg out relaxed or hugging it more. Very good. Up next is stretch for the hamstrings and the lower back, and this is the exact muscle that many people complain about with back pain, lower back pain. It's the muscle that goes from the glute all the way up your back. So what we want to do is sit down like this, and now we have the right leg and the left arm is going to touch our right toes, and this way we stretch the left side of the back. You can really put some force into that stretch, so really bending your back and pushing with your toes while at the same time pulling with your arm. Now we're gonna do left leg, right arm to stretch the right side. Now the last finishing exercises are gonna be just toe and shin sits. So what we wanna do is plant our toes into the ground, lay our knees on the ground as well, and then sit on the back of our heels. And we can just stay here. Or what you can do is sit on your shins to make it a bit more of an intense experience. If you're not that far, it's okay. You can stay on your toes. And here we're just gonna have a few deep breaths and prepare ourselves for the day. Last but not least, as promised, the shoulder mobility. What we want to try here is to touch our hands behind our back. And many people are very stiff in their shoulders, so that might not be possible for you. If it isn't possible, you can take a bandana, for example, or some rope, and you can just put it behind your back, touch it with both arms, and then you pull your one arm up to prepare your shoulder for the stretches that you're going to do in the future, and then with the other arm you slowly pull your other arm back down, and you do this back and forth for a bit, and then eventually after a few days of doing so, your shoulders should become more loose, and eventually after a lot of training you can touch your hands behind your back. And of course we want to do the other side as well. Now, this was my stretching morning follow along. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're all loosened up just as I am. And I wish you a wonderful time, a wonderful day, and stay primal. Woo, woo, woo.